enough people asking me a question, I like to make a video about it. Yay, make too many videos, right? Yeah, sure I do. You make too many videos. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Mirrorless cameras. What's the big difference between mirrorless and DSLR? No, I'm not talking about that, alright? You know, like in a DSLR, there's like a shutter there in front of the sensor, and then there's like a mirror there in front of the sensor. Yeah. And it only opens when you take a picture. Yeah. Typically when I travel, I mean, I'll have the camera in my car, or I have the lens hanging around my neck, like a really bright sunny beach or something like that. You're out in the sun. The sun is, it may not be direct, but I mean, it's hitting the edge of the lens, and when it's hitting that, it's coming in. Big difference on mirrorless is important. I don't care if you got a lens hood or not. Your camera's pointed at a bright beach. You're out shooting all day long in really bright sunlight, or like you leave your camera sitting in your car, you're driving somewhere. This isn't really an issue for most people. It is something you need to consider. Is that the sun is pounding the piss out of your sensor all the time in such situations. And this is where mirrorless plus lens cap is really wise idea. Yeah. Sticketh your lens cap oneth your mirrorless camera, if you're smart. You know, people like always emailing me about doing, not that long either, time exposures with their DSLRs. Like, I was taking a sunset picture with my Nikon. You know, I had on an ND filter. It was like a 30-second exposure. It's like, now I got this permanent bright spot on all my pictures. You see, the light that's, well, it's not that bright. It's like, yeah, but that's just visible radiation. Your sensor sees the electromagnetic spectrum in its full glory. So while your eyeballs thought that it was dark and a 30-second exposure was no big deal, people have now destroyed their camera vis-a-vis the destroyed sensor, even with a DSLR, like doing sunset or sunrise time exposures. Well, I put on an ND filter. I thought it'd be okay. No, it's not. So you leave your camera in the car as you're traveling somewhere. You're out walking, you know, not using your camera, traveling somewhere via foot. Stick your lens cap on your mirrorless camera. It is an important consideration because that aperture on your lens is open and there ain't no shutter sitting over top of the sensor. No? I don't know if you know this about your mirrorless camera, but if you take the lens off there, you notice you can see the sensor. There's the mechanical shutters not over top of it. Yeah, so that means when you mount a lens on it, it's peering out constantly at whatever light is there. Yeah. Most cases, that's not an issue. But there's a lot of people like, why do I got a bright spot on my camera sensor? It just never goes away. It's like, I know it's not dust, it's too big. It's like, yeah. Did you recently take a sunrise or sunset? Yeah, I did. How did you know that? Yeah. That's with a DSLR, so imagine sticking your camera in your car with the lens up, or just like the lens pointed in this direction, and the sun's somewhere over there. You know, it's like taking a time exposure. Yeah. Yeah. If you think this issue does not happen, you'd be wrong, because it does. Now, it's pretty rare. It's pretty darn rare, but it does happen. So if you got a mirrorless camera, keep your damn lens cap on your damn camera. Because, you know, the crotch of your camera, i.e. the sensor, is always hanging out, even with a lens on it. It's a fact, alright? Don't believe me? Go try it. Destroy your camera and show. He's right, I did that. Being serious, okay? Bye.